Hello and welcome to all you Scorpios for your monthly horoscope for February 2016. And this is Scorpio time. And with this monthly horoscopes, the one and only thing I want to change about it is that I want to see it in a bit of a broader perspective. And that's probably my Sagittarius rising that wants to see it a bit broader. And especially with aspects that are going on in February, like with your ruler Mars in Scorpio in your sign, coming back home actually, and it's going to be retrograde in your sign as well. So it's good to have a bit of a bigger picture what this is all about, and not just looking at February. Of course, I'm going to concentrate on this month, but the reason why things are happening are maybe going to be shown by what the planets are doing a bit later on in the year. So let's have a look. And this is, by the way, I think a very scorpionic kind of scenery, isn't it? I mean, these chandeliers, or how do you call them? Looking quite scorpionic, I think. But I'm having a bit of a problem with the lightning, and this is how I try to resolve it. For now. But let's get back to you. Let's get back to you, Scorpions out there. What is happening in February? Well, this is an in-between month, I think. And an in-between month, why? Because a lot of important aspects are going on next month, like the eclipses and Jupiter squaring Saturn and so on. So because it's an in-between month, it doesn't mean to say it's not important. On the contrary, it's a bit more of inner work that is going on, and planning, and planning like a strategy, which is very scorpionic like, by the way. So the most important thing is Mars in Scorpio. It's already in there as from last month, but normally Mars stays in a sign like 6 weeks, 2 months, something like that. But now it shifts into Sagittarius next month in March. But then it goes back into your sign, into Scorpio, as from the end of May up until the beginning of August. So that shows that whatever you're doing now, actually already what you did in January, the new things that you're planning, the new intention, or maybe it's not that brand new, it can be something that you wanted to do for a long time. But now you're revisiting it, and you're trying to do that, but it will take time. So whatever you're doing now will have a review around May up until August, the beginning of August, and that's not bad. The thing about, and I think Scorpios understand that, the thing about retrogrades is the following. You can see it in a negative way because it's slow and things are not going the way you want them to go, but that a Scorpio doesn't like, But the good thing about it is that if you go with that tempo of the retrograde, which is standing still, revisiting, going deep, going introverted energy, certainly in Scorpio, if you do that, you will go up a level in August, not like this, but like this. So the quality of the intention and of the energy and of the action that you did will have its effect that is way bigger and way better and more efficient, you could say. So that's good. So there is, and it goes backwards up until 20 in your sign, not the whole sign, up until 23 degrees of Scorpio. So if you've got a rising sign there, a moon sign there, a sun sign there, or even a Venus or a Mars, if you've got some points there around 23 degrees, this is a significant year for you to launch something totally new, or as I said, something not so new, but that you wanted to do long time ago. You tried to do it didn't work out, and now you can. So it's a big year for the Scorpios in that respect. There is some interesting stuff going on later on in the year, especially I think it's around May when the moon will oppose another retrograde. not the moon, I mean Mars will oppose the Mercury retrograde in Taurus. That's going to be very significant for you. So that all shows, this broader perspective shows that Scorpios are brewing something, and you're good at that. Brewing something, I mean you're doing something behind the scenes, you're doing something, preparing yourself, being the strategic. You're digging very deep into something, into your own deep desires, and that's good. People think when we talk about privacy, when we talk about doing things in secret or doing things behind the scenes, let's put it that way, that it is negative. It's not. Sometimes we need to do that, because if we are going to say our plans, sometimes that makes the commitment, I don't know if I explain myself right, but sometimes when I say something that I'm going to do, and it lowers the energy for some reason. It's better to not tell anyone about it, but doing the work, and then when you're ready, launch it. And this is this kind of energy which is very Scorpionic, and you will understand that. So it's not necessarily bad if you've got some plans there, and you're not wanting to put them fully out there in the open. That will be later on in the year. But it's a good time to start to initiate already in January, actually, because Mars is the planet of intention. So, and that's why it's so good in Scorpio, because it's no nonsense. It's real. It's reality. It's not keeping up the appearances. It's rawness. It has a rawness around it. It has a black and white. It's all or nothing around it. And that's why. So you're investing in something, you Scorpios out there, in a pretty big way. And that's why you need to be cautious to expect too much from it in the beginning. And secondly, to launch it to all out there, because you will need to review. And the review is good. So you might start already something in January, in February. That's not bad. But be aware of it, that you will need to do some fine tuning. You need to go backwards and to refine it, to deepen it up, to adjust a little bit. And then it's full, next month. It will be more a focus on what is a result here. You cannot know the result yet now in February, but you can already know that it's going to be something that is very much close to your heart, because it's in your sign. And who know, again, that little asteroid there of the commitment asteroid is again the whole month in Scorpio. So together with that Mars, it gives a tremendous amount of pitbull energy. You want to go deep, you want to commit yourself to it, and it has to do with you, because it's in your sign. So it's not about throwing yourself in a relationship like 1000%. Scorpios can do that as well. And losing yourself. No, it's about committing yourself with you, with what and with your values, because it has to do with your values, and I think it has to do with earning money as well, because the Mars is going in March. It's going towards a second house of values, of money, of your talents. So it's related to that. There is a desire to get the best out of you. There is a desire to show who you are, to show who you really, really are. And you already are like that anyways, but now even more. And when Mars will be in the second house, it's about how can I apply myself better? How can I get more money in my pocket? And if you're doing fine already on that level, fantastic. Or how can I gain more confidence? Because and with the Mars in Sagittarius next month, that has to do with, your philosophical vision that you're having. So this all lines up together. There's something. So for some of you, that will have to do with a job, that will have to do with a new creative project, that will have to do with some new thing that you want to launch in 2016. It depends on your natal chart, of course. But it's a good thing. It's because you are really digging deep, and there's an energy with it with no way back. There's like, once you go that road, there's no way back. But that situation is only around August. That feeling of now I cannot go back. That you won't be feeling that in February, but you will be feeling that later on throughout the months. And because you know it, you know that there will be no way back. You feel that already with the Mars in your sign in Scorpio. That's why you stand still a bit longer. That's why you are doing these things maybe first behind the scenes, or very little by little, strategically doing your plan, but holding on and persevering. I really like that Scorpionic energy for you, Mars in your sign. It's fantastic. I remember the last time that I had Mars in my sign. I started with this astrology, but it went very gently, very slowly process, because you know that once you go that road, you just cannot do something else. Well, you can always, I suppose, but the same with you. You will launch something totally different. That's why this Mars is so long in your sign, because you need that time to do so, and so that's good. So all Scorpios will have like this, they don't have Saturn in their sign anymore. So they're going forwards, but maybe slowly, yes, but surely. So that's the energy for February. Keep on planning as you did in January. Keep on launching that new thing that you want to do, that new project that you want to do, that new you that you want to launch. Actually, you're renewing yourself. It's like a new ego that is born here. It's like an ego. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a positive way. It's like you are going to do things differently. That's basically it. You're going to do things differently, which are more suited to you, more suited to your talents, even more suited to what you are all about. I really like this energy. Now, what else is going on? There is also this energy last month. There was a lot of energy in your third house, so maybe a lot of thinking about this. With Mercury retrograde in your third house, there was a lot of thinking and a lot of revisiting of ideas and seeing things in a different way. New information coming your way as well, so that you have to adjust yourself. But now this energy goes into your fourth house, and especially Venus. That's nice to have Venus in your fourth house as from the 18th. There is a new beginning anyway in your fourth house because of the new moon in Aquarius on the 8th. So that it's like, it doesn't mean to say a move, it could be, but it can be simply that there is something new about your environment that you live in, your family, your roots. There's a new start. There is, and with Venus there, it can be very nice. It can mean that you are, are painting a little bit to make the place a little bit better. Doing the Venusian kind of things on the house, maybe a new coach, maybe something, also connections with family improve with Venus going there through the fourth house. So this is very gentle energy. It's also finding your pleasure at home, which is Venus in the fourth, being content there. And it's in Aquarius, so it's something that is quite, it's not super emotional. That's good, because all the emotionality goes towards your own and the investment in yourself. There's where all the emotions go, and that's good. Another thing is that also, no, I already talked about that. Eros is not Eros Ramazzotti. What did he sing? Eros Ramazzotti. I can't. I see his face and he looks a bit like that, but I can't remember the song. It's not important here. Do you know the song of Eros Ramazzotti? Very well known. So, Se bastasse una bella canzone. That was it. Without the singing was a bit like this. But se bastasse una bella canzone. What does it mean? I haven't got a clue. I think enough. Se bastasse. Is it a beautiful song? Well, let it be your beautiful song there. Let it be your beautiful song, the Eros in the third house of thinking. So there is great passion there in the way that you think and in the way that you communicate. You're going to put a lot of passion in your communication, but you're a passionate person anyway because you're a Scorpio. So have a very good month. Listen to some Eros Ramazzotti, that is, and some Italian music. I wish you all the best. I wish you a very great month. Thank you for listening and see you next month. Bye bye.